What up there, everyone? This is Soul, and I have tried to catch this live, but my StreamlabsOBS decided to be slow to start up for some reason. Anyway, I just waited for the premiere to end, and now here I am reacting to Sentry versus Superboy-Prime Death Battle. This should be quite interesting, considering I don't know much about Superboy-Prime, but I know all about Sentry. In any case, let's do this.
Sentry versus Superboy-Prime.
These two dark supermen prove that sometimes absolute power corrupts absolutely.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
One superhero stands alone at the peak of Marvel Comics. He's a brilliant scientist and friend to all, the Golden Guardian of Good, the Sentry.
Which makes him all the more
Sentry!
mysterious when all of humanity forgot about him, as though he never existed in the first place.
What if the reason we forgot Sentry is that he wanted to be forgotten?
To save us from himself.
As the story goes, Robbie Reynolds was just your average, ordinary high school teen until the day he accidentally drank this super soldier serum.
At that
Accidentally?
moment, Robbie was imbued with the power
What?
of a million exploding suns.
Just like
becoming
that?
one of the strongest superheroes in existence.
That's gonna be one
Drunk-
hell of a
drank
bowel
a
movement.
lake of
And what
LSD.
better way to use
Why?
his new powers than to become a sentry to all mankind?
In a never-ending crusade against his devious arch-nemesis, the Void.
He's got all your classic,
That's
I
what
can't
the
believe
Void
he's
looked
not
like.
Kryptonian superpowers, like super strength,
Shoulda
speed,
gave
durability,
Man's the top
and
hat in
flight.
the
He can spot you
MCU.
from miles away, or even hear a butterfly sneeze from across the planet.
You butterflies sneeze?
No!
Well, Sentry cells absorb and process the sun's rays, and if he wants to, he can fire that solar energy right back at you in a powerful laser, or bend light away to turn invisible, or use it to make force fields.
Really, the Sentry
What
can
a
drop power from
Superman.
anywhere and everywhere. When he was forcibly shrunk down to subatomic size, he started pulling energy from the microverse instead. And despite being microscopic, his punches were strong enough to destroy planets, even while holding back.
Good
Sentry
lord.
can teleport, communicate telepathically, and even read and mess with minds.
He's also a genius with a super brain comparable
Oh,
to
got
Tony
superpower
Stark and Reed Richards. He's
lottery
even built his
there.
own watchtower
Even
with
more
advanced
than
AI
shown in
that
his-
is constantly
in
monitoring the
Thunderbolts.
planet for threats.
Jesus Christ, he's like the Avengers all in one. Why do there even need to be any other superheroes?
Indeed, the Sentry is more than strong enough to take on Marvel's heaviest hitters, like his famous battle with the Green Scar Hulk, where
God damn, that art
Superman
looks
and
good.
Doctor Strange failed. The Sentry was the only one who stood against the Hulk's full power.
He's also battled Thor, who collapsed an infinite number of timelines into one by clashing with another Thor.
The Sentry is
Comics are
incredibly
weird.
fast, too. He can bend space and speed blitz Ares, who can move within Planck time, the smallest unit of time possible in our universe.
He's stated to be as fast as the Heralds of Galactus, like the Silver Surfer, who once outraced the multiverse blowing up. This surfer flew so fast he went back in time. So you'd think Sentry would be able to handle some punk in a trench coat.
But it wasn't so simple. The Void was
Yeah.
everywhere that the Sentry wasn't.
If Sentry saved people from a burning building, Void would crash an airplane. If Sentry
Oof.
healed a person's broken back, Void would give someone else cancer. What
Oh,
an
god
asshole.
damn.
Every good act the Sentry performs, the Void commits an evil one. Because the truth was, the Sentry and the Void were one and the same.
Bum, bum, plot twist.
Shocker.
Sentry's whole origin story was a lie. Robbie Reynolds wasn't a 60s high schooler beating up bullies like some Jack Kirby comic.
In reality, Bob Reynolds was a schizophrenic meth addict who drank the Sentry serum just to get
Oh.
high. And the Void was, in reality, a malevolent godlike entity bonded
So,
to Bob that was
that
the
part
literal
was
angel
true.
of death.
Yes, from the Bible, with Moses and the Pharaoh and the dead firstborns. That's
Oh.
him, apparently.
And
What?
this being manifests as the dark side of Bob's shattered psyche, a villainous alter ego with all of his power. Too much power
Oh,
for any one man
jeez.
to handle. The only way to destroy the Void was to also destroy the Sentry.
So Bob
Yeah.
did something crazy. With help from Reed's tech, he used his own psychic powers to erase himself from everyone's past, present, and future, including his own.
Warping the perception of reality of every single person on the planet. They would no longer remember him or even recognize anything remotely related to him. A picture of the Sentry would still technically exist, but in your mind's eye, including Bob's, it isn't there.
Great. Everyone knows
Or
repressing your
fictional?
problems always makes them better.
But Bob's memories eventually clawed their way back.
Uh-oh.
In part thanks to Norman Osborn.
Oh, god damn it.
His desire to somehow control the Void.
What?
Norman
Oh
and
my
Thunderbolts murder Bob's wife Linda
God.
in order to release, you know, the Angel
Fuck
of Death.
you, Norman Osborn on his
The kind of guy who
bullshit.
can throw hands with Molecule Man, who somehow is one of the strongest beings in all of Marvel. At his peak, he's got almost complete control over the multiverse. So yeah, good luck with that one, Norm.
Molecule Man was another mentally unstable god whose power fluctuates based on their self-confidence. In a way, a sort of kindred spirit to Bob.
It was then that Bob discovered the true source of his own powers, his own control over molecules. Yeah, you can do that too.
The Sentry can
okay,
create and
sure,
destroy
why
you
not?
on a whim, able to rip you apart at the molecular level, or conjure an entire
But can he
new
beat
reality
Goku?
from scratch, all with just a wave of his hand, like Dr. Manhattan.
He can also regenerate his body from any kind of damage, like being burnt to a skeleton or getting Dr. Manhattan himself.
As long as one
Oh.
single solitary atom remains,
Okay.
the Sentry is unkillable.
Cell
Void's got all
from
of this
Dragon
and
Ball
more,
Z.
except he
Okay.
doesn't hold back. He can shapeshift, create hurricanes, trap you in darkness, possess your body, and devour your soul.
With his infinite tendrils, the Void takes control of a victim's mind and tortures them with the memories of past traumas and nightmares.
Yeah, that tracks.
Loki, he wrecked Asgard. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Inhumans, and the X-Men teaming up all at once could barely handle him. Void is one of the biggest bads in Marvel. Great fucking job, Norm. I'm something of a moron myself.
The only way forward,
Good
the only
Lord.
way for Bob to save everyone, including himself, was to do something he never
Wow.
imagined. Let the Void in.
By refusing to repress his darker half anymore, Sentry and Void merged and became stronger than the sum of their parts.
One being, now free to finally live his life without the crushing weight of self-hatred and fear.
Maybe, but this is the Void we're talking about.
Yeah.
Bob just has a new puppet master who's only letting him think he's in control.
As long as the Void exists, it's just another revolution in that same endless cycle. It remains to be seen whether even death itself can break
Good thing they don't have him do everything in the MCU. Otherwise, he'd be so broken. Unbelievable.
Do you believe a man can fly?
Yes.
Yeah, Wiz, within the pages of DC Comics, everyone in their irradiated six-dimensional gorilla mother can do it.
Well, what about in the real world? Not Earth
Yeah,
1 or Earth 2, but our own Earth. Earth
Huh?
Prime.
The Earth
Wait,
was
what?
you, me, and Clark Kent, a totally normal boy from New England who just happened to share a
What?
name with that comic book character.
Mere coincidence. That is, until the day Clark took a leap of faith and believed he could fly.
And
Oh.
he did.
What?
Clark was actually from the planet Krypton, which apparently exists in our universe now. Anyway, the real
Why
Superboy,
not?
the one from all those comics he loved, showed up just in time to give him the skinny on being Superboy. Wait, he could have chosen me! I believe I can fly!
Mostly, don't jump off the... Oh.
Dumbass.
Clark had all your classic Kryptonian powers. Flight, heat vision, microscopic and telescopic sight, Arctic breath. It was the dream that every little boy had finally come true.
Oh, ow.
Ah, there's a...
In time for his universe, our universe, to
Considering
be
he's finding Sentry, he doesn't
literally
catch
months
to
later
this.
In DC Comics Armageddon,
Ooh.
the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh,
Wiz,
boy.
we're canonically dead since 1986, apparently.
With everyone he knew and loved gone, Clark took shelter in a pocket dimension with other cosmic refugees. Now an anachronism in DC's new, rebooted, post-crisis continuity, Clark was forced to watch as the comics landscape changed before his eyes. As stories became darker and morally complex, As heroes
Ooh.
failed to be the paragons of good he saw them as in his childhood.
Probably some injustice.
Else got to be Superboy.
Some people can't stand change.
Uh-oh.
Can't stand to see a world that doesn't look the way it did when
Oh,
they were
no.
a child. The day needed to be saved by Superboy, the real Superboy, Superboy-Prime.
So he did
So-
what any Superboy would do.
Oh.
Punch really hard. He punched his way out of the dimension so hard, the shockwaves rippled through the universe and retconned DC Comics. Superboy was back, and he was gonna fix comic books forever.
What is this, an
No matter
evil
how many
version of
heroes got in his
Gwenpool?
way.
Oh shit! Super Chud Prime isn't just your ordinary
Oh.
Kryptonian. Oh no, he's pre-crisis.
As in, from before the Crisis on Infinite Earths, a time when comics were a bit more comical.
When Superman could sneeze solar systems apart or tow a galaxy of planets behind him like it was nothing.
Or clash with
Oh.
another Kryptonian so hard, they generated enough power to restore an infinite number of timelines.
Get ready to hear that
Oh,
word.
give me a
My favorite is
break.
the time Superman flew so fast he broke the light barrier, the time barrier, and even the bonds of infinity. I wonder if these writers ever imagined this bullshit would feed nerd arguments for the next half century. Not that I'm complaining. That's how I get paid.
Prime One, he is a self-described power scaler's dream.
Huh.
Oh, so that's where it came from.
We
Okay.
hope not. As a Kryptonian with an ultra-dense molecular structure, he should also share many of the same resistances, like being transmuted to stone, having his atomic bonds weakened, or getting his energy drained. Kryptonians like Superman can withstand more esoteric attacks too. They can actively resist mental attacks by outthinking them, and their souls can resist being destroyed.
All thanks to Earth's good old yellow sun fueling his cells. And unlike that post-crisis super fraud who gets weaker without sunlight, Prime's got it covered.
With a suit of armor made from the corpse of the Anti-Monitor, which constantly feeds him solar energy. Literally wearing the pelt of the monster who destroyed his universe. Just to
Holy
be better
shit.
and stronger than Superman.
Because that's what he thinks he is. Superman with better feats in scaling. Superman, but real.
It's prime time,
If he
baby.
was a fucking idiot.
Wait.
Okay, sure, he has the same hyper-efficient brain that all Kryptonians have, but when it came to being a superhero, he was a violent, immature moron.
Oh.
Exactly what you'd expect from a kid who never grew up and never learned to hold back. Instead of saving Earth's heroes, he started massacring them. And let's be real, there's a part of him that
jeez.
knows that editorial will just bring them all back eventually.
He's battled the Doom Patrol, Justice Society, Teen Titans, and 3 Flashes at once. He
Deadpool,
effortlessly
eat
murdered
your
his
heart
alternate
out.
Justice League, and even killed his rival, Connor Kent, the new Superboy. Even as other Kryptonians grew in power to become comparable to their pre-crisis iterations, Prime still held an advantage because he never held back.
Like the time he tore apart the Monarch's armor, accidentally unleashing the Big Bang in his face, destroying the universe, and he was fine.
Or the
God
time
damn
the
it.
universe blew himself up in an attempt to stop Prime, blasting him into the multiverse atom by atom, and that only made Prime stronger.
Or the time he fought a potential future version of himself who became a god of time. And instead of teaming up, Prime stupidly attacked him and accidentally retconned themselves both out of existence.
Which sent him home, back to his original universe, our universe. Except now everyone he knew, his parents, his girlfriend Lori, had been reading his comics. They knew what he had become, and they were terrified.
Once again, forced to watch as his heroes progressed without him, he pored over comic after comic, learning everything about DC,
And a little bit of Marvel.
only to discover
Oh,
his
God.
worst possible nightmare.
Not only would he never get to be Superman, he wasn't even a super villain that people liked. Turns out, power levels aren't everything.
So, naturally, he flew to DC headquarters and attacked the people writing his own comic.
Like some infinitely recursive meta
Had become a whiny, petulant, reactionary fanboy. Whiz-
Oh, that's what he represents.
He murdered the Golden Age Superman, the original Superman. Action Comics #1, the first superhero.
Instead of restoring DC's glorious past, Prime beat it to death. He needed to change.
And that
This is
opportunity came when
insane,
the
bro.
Jokerized Batman who laughs threatened to destroy all of reality.
Prime was drafted to help save the day, and it turned out he was the only Superboy who could.
Remember that time Prime punched reality so hard he retconned DC Comics?
Yeah.
That was no coincidence. Due to his repeated excursions across
Dude.
the multiverse, Prime became a space-time anomaly. And he slowly learned how to manipulate reality itself with his fists.
I guess you could call it his retcon punch.
At first, its
Oh
effects were random,
my
bringing Jason
God.
restoring Beast Boy's memories. But he started to use it to rewrite continuity to fix the evil universes of the Batman Who Laughs.
Giving them and all the characters inside of them happy endings. In a weird way, that's what Superman has always done, right? Punch the bad guys so hard he saves.
Where were you doing Injustice?
Seemingly exit the comic medium entirely and even defeat the nigh omnipotent Darkest Knight.
Who was powerful enough to beat Perpetua, the goddess who created all of DC Comics, the whole shebang. And Prime hit the Darkest Knight so hard he erased his entire evil multiverse.
A feat that no one actually saw happen. Prime's first true act of heroism was one that he did selflessly, and it was the first step toward becoming a true hero.
The kind of hero that Superman always secretly knew he could be. A hero who could someday get his own issue #1. A hero like, well, Superman.
Maybe one day Prime will truly believe in himself, just like he once believed he could fly.
Oh my God. Sentry's gonna, I agree with the freaking Chad. Sentry's gonna lose. This is practically unfair, bruh.
The creators of Death Battle matchup to us via video call.
When you're fighting a guy who can retcon shit, you're cooked.
So go pick them up right now before they're gone.
No freaking way is Sentry winning.
Patreon with a bunch of
No.
every episode of Death Battle ever made.
And if you're a website member, you get
and speaking of that, I am going to be watching Death Battle from the beginning because I have not seen every single one of them.
Also get a big store discount.
All right, let's get to this battle. But don't forget.
Okay, yes, please.
Deathbattle.gg.
Yes, please. Let's see this crazy ass battle that Sentry and Void are going to get their asses beat. Sentry's gonna win, but Superboy-Prime's gonna retcon it. Just watch. Oh.
This won't last much longer. Quit while you're behind, kid.
Mess up a superhero crossover? No way, dork. Onomatopoeia coming right up.
Oh boy. Hey, the Daily Planet Spirit, you jerk. Oh, come on, dude. Really? I guess he can retcon that.
Dealing with someone who has the power
Of 1,000 suns. Million suns.
floating sun.
And there goes the Earth.
Big mistake,
And never mind.
dipwad.
Oh.
It's prime time.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me? Another dark Superman fraud? Boring. It's cool when I do it.
Oh, get it, you! This is such an unfair fight!
Please, stop hitting me.
He'll kill you. I'll kill you. To death.
Bruh. Oh, dear. Oh, Lord!
It's time to play God.
Okay, asshole. What the fuck? Okay, seriously? What the fuck?
Okay, you weren't joking. Definitely a crisis level threat. Luckily, so am I.
Uh-oh.
Run all you want. If Bob couldn't escape me.
What hope do you have, boy?
Here it comes.
Dark Clark, what kind of a hero are you? Remind me again, whatever happened to Lori?
Oh, dear.
is no happy ending. Not for you.
Oh,
Not for me.
wait for
Not
it.
for anyone else. In the void.
Here we go.
Haven't you ever read a comic book, you big freaking nerd?
Yep.
There's always a happy ending.
Here it comes. There it is, the retcon punch. Whoa.
Bob? You kept talking about the Sentry. Bad dream?
No idea, Lindy. Best sleep I've had in years.
Crisis averted.
Before.
Oh, Lord.
Strength, intelligence, and powers.
As with any flying the first question you gotta answer is,
This fight
Prime and
was
Sentry
so
are actually two of the
unfair.
biggest hitters in DC and Marvel, more than capable of matching and surpassing Herald-level opponents like Superman and Thor.
who are both strong enough to create and destroy an infinite number of timelines with their clashes. Just
That was a good ending,
bullshit
though.
like that.
So in order to pick a winner, we have to take a close look at the strongest beings they fought, Molecule Man and the Darkest Knight.
Sentry beat the crap out of Molecule Man, but remember, Eminem's power can fluctuate a lot, and when he fought Sentry, he wasn't at his full power. So we can only scale this so far.
Oh.
Prime overpowered the Darkest Knight after the Mad Bat had absorbed the powers of both Perpetua and, what do you know, Dr. Manhattan, both of which alone could threaten all of DC Comics.
And unlike with Molecule
Yeah.
Man, there's nothing to suggest the Darkest Knight was holding back. In a straight brawl, Prime takes the edge in strength. But muscles aren't everything. Maybe Sentry could figure out a way around Prime's brawn with his intelligence.
While Prime does possess a super advanced Kryptonian brain, he clearly does not use it to its full extent.
It's less that he's dumb and more that he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
teenager.
Yep.
And has
Yeah,
some
that's
crap
true.
now.
That's true.
Sentry, on the other hand,
I was about
is
to
compared Tony Stark and
deny
Reed
that, but I just
Richards.
remembered
Talented
exactly
people in
what,
all of
how
Marvel
Superboy-Prime
Comics.
is.
Sure, he mentally struggles with the whole void thing, which sucks for him, but losing control to the void only makes him more dangerous.
And as the Merge Sentry, he's operating at his peak, fully in control of his powers. In a test of
Yep.
wits and wills, the Sentry was the more intelligent.
But the main question in this matchup had to do with their batshit insane powers.
That would go to
Sentry's ability to
Superboy-Prime.
reshape molecular matter and
between the
warp
two.
perception of reality to such an
He
incredible
has
degree.
a retcon punch, bruh.
Prime may be stronger, but heat vision, frost breath, and Kryptonian punches aren't going to do much in the long run against someone who can regenerate from a single atom.
But pre-crisis Kryptonians have actually resisted having their molecules torn apart before, and Prime should be no different. So it's not like Sentry was ever going to just Doc Manhattan him away.
Prime could still be worn down. Kryptonians have incredible stamina, but we know that sustained damage will eventually knock them out or kill them.
Unless
Yep.
Prime could find a way around Sentry's insane regeneration, he was toast.
Luckily for Prime, his ability to retcon away your history and mess with
Yep.
your whole timeline was
Yep.
actually something
That-
Sentry had no
that-
specific resistance to.
Not only that,
No
it was
kidding.
affected by in the past.
Like the time the Scarlet Witch rewrote
Multiversal
all of
reality right in
Bob's
there.
continuity was rewritten like everyone else's.
Or the time Absorbing Man had the powers of a cosmic cube and warped Sentry's personal reality.
You know, maybe it's a good thing that they nerfed Sentry for the MCU.
Now, Sentry's
Because that would
psionic power could theoretically retcon himself
everything.
from Prime's perception of reality. However, this feat required assistance from Reed Richards, and it's unlikely he could pull it off mid-fight.
Pre-crisis Kryptonians also resist a lot of mind manipulation anyway, so good luck trying.
Now, Prime hasn't always had the most perfect control over his retcon punch, so he might need more than one blow to finish the job.
But Prime was more than capable of powering through Void's scariest abilities.
Like having his soul eaten, or being cut off from sunlight. I guess that Edgelord solar armor came in handy after all.
In short, Prime could
Wow.
resist everything Sentry could throw at him, but Sentry couldn't do the same. Prime takes the final edge in powers.
With no way to easily put him down, Prime would eventually muscle his way through and retcon the void away.
Of course.
Sorry, Bob. Defeat was unavoidable.
You guys said it. It's a
Superboy-Prime.
retcon punch.
Oh, hey, my pizza's here.
Uh-oh.
The winner is Superboy-Prime. Letter to the editors. Oh yeah, I win. That's right. You hack frauds really tried to lowball me, but I checked the clock, and it's prime time, baby. Now, personally, that intelligence section was such a gimme. I don't
Really?
crash out. I'm a tragic hero with real, intense emotions.
Get over yourself, dude.
Anytime I want. But anyway, don't subscribe, don't join as a member, don't watch Death Battle, read my comics.
Fuck off. You're insane.
Next time on.
Alright, who is it? Oh, Avatar. What the? Oh, Aang. You gotta be. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, no, no, no. We already had. No. No. I don't wanna be the fucking. No. Please. Please. What do you mean, Aang versus the Traveler? What do you mean you're using Avatar versus Genshin Impact? Oh, Lord. What is it? DEFCON 1 some shit? Considering what's going on with the Avatar stuff now, with the hacking and the leak and the horrific Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix Season 2, putting Aang up against Genshin Impact with their families? Oh, Lord. The nuclear fallout from this is going to be explosive. Really bad. But, hey, it's going to be a great death battle, let's be honest. But, yeah, this is going to... The fan bases are going to be the ones to keep an eye out on. One that is currently suffering right now versus the other that is... whatever. Anyway, Aang versus Traveler. Oh yeah, that's right. I am also going to be rewatching the death battles from the beginning, ones I've watched and ones I didn't watch, just to see how they hold up and to see the ones I didn't watch. Yeah, so that is it from me. I will see you guys later. Peace out, John, and all that jazz. And yeah, that's all I got. Toodaloo.